everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's Newton's Panthers going up against Osweiler's Texans. With that, we're off to NRG Stadium in Houston as we say hello to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
Larry, they broke ground on this place in the year 2000, opened it in August of 2002, and it's been the home of this franchise ever since. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Carolina Panthers and the Houston Texans. The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. These folks are ready, and we are underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. First carry for Lamar Miller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
It should go without saying that anytime you run the football well, you get a nice chunk of yardage. That means the offensive line did their job and did it really well. But let's give them a little more credit than that. Because all week long, offensive line meetings, they're going over adjustments, counters, when line shifts, all those things that go along with it. And yet, you still have to be physical. And that's what they did on the first play.
Second down following the run.
All right, here we go.
From the shotgun, Osweiler. Completion left side to Miller. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now Osweiler on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. And the starting defense here for the Panthers.
It's real easy to talk about Thomas Davis coming back from multiple knee injuries, but he wants his play on the field to be the story.
Second and 10, it's Osweiler again. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now following the interception, here's Newton. Rolling to his left. Oh, he's going to take, and that's caught inside the 35. They'll get 32 yards there, and it'll be a Carolina first. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Ah, yes, this is where the expression staying ahead of the chains comes into play. Good runs like that one set you up well for 3rd down.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And what about this offense, Charles? Specifically, what about Jonathan Stewart?
He makes sure everything goes. Put the ball in his chest and watch him run. Can run with power inside, but has enough speed that when he gets outside, he can cause a lot of trouble.
He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They snap it to Newton. Forced out to his left. Looking for the end zone. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Texans defense stands tall. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I'm here, my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game that...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Charles Johnson in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Well, he just threw an interception last drive. Nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of the difference between driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? That's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy bounce to it.
You spent some time on some Tennessee country roads.
I certainly have. Plenty of family back there. God love them.
And that's caught inside the 30. A huge play there for Houston. 6 yards.
I know they have good coverage downfield, but you have to wonder, on 3rd and long like that, how does that happen that they can get that far downfield and complete a pass? You got to guard the sticks, understand where you are, so it's almost like someone fell asleep at the switch, and now that the play's been completed, they've got to dust themselves off on defense, pick it up, and figure out how to not let that happen again.
They come out here in the eye. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? You just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Texans have taken the early lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn. And on your screen, the defensive starters for the Houston Texans. One thing's for sure, throughout the season, but really in the playoffs, Clowney and Merciless, boy, did they come on. You get J.J. Watt back next year, a good defense becomes even better. You're exactly right about that. This was a defense that did not get the credit it deserved all year long. Finished the season #1 in total defense in the NFL. And as you mentioned, that's without J.J. Watt. Just think, when they get him back and put everyone else to use again, look out. The Houston Texans will be stout again on the defensive side of the ball. Newton to throw, being chased out left. And now another one thrown incomplete. The intended receiver was Corey Brown, and it brings up 4th down. So the defense forces a 3 and out, but they got some help along the way. They threw it on 1st down, and when they were unsuccessful, it became 2nd and long. Didn't get it again on another pass. Went 3rd and long, and they almost had to put it in the air. They may want to rethink some strategy going forward. And it is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that? I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so. Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless. And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's 3rd down and 1 yard to start things out. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. Direct snap this time. Miller. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage. They come out here in the I. On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller with their 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Not a bad start for him. 2 drives for the offense, 2 rushing TDs. Almost like he's in the percussion section in the band, isn't it? Got a little oomph, right? Got a little crash, got a little bang. He's got it all as he gets to the end zone. 2nd rushing touchdown, as you noted, on 2 drives. He's off to a terrific start. Okay, you ready? Wait for it. Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And the Panthers coming out now. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles. It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down. Caused all of that. It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for him. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence. Now a 1st down throw for Newton. It's complete to Brown, right side. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence. Well, Brandon, all receivers are trying to make sure that the defender thinks they're going to the middle of the field when they're running the out cut. On that play, didn't get it done very well because that one was batted down.
On 2nd and 10, Newton dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howe. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of the defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting. And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front, because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack. And that run was what a lot of people called an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully. I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
From the gun on 3rd down, Osweiler. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. 4th down, here's Osweiler. And this is incomplete. That incompletion, Charles, gives me a chance to put you on the clock real quick. NFC teams last year that did not make the playoffs that might make a push this coming year.
Well, 3 that come to mind right away that we thought were going to be in 2016. Well, locked to be in the playoffs. In fact, many of us called them Super Bowl contenders. And Carolina, the defending NFC champs going into last season, they didn't make it. So I think that all 3 could return to former glory. I'm going to give you one way off the pace here. You ready?
Let's go.
The Los Angeles Rams.
Ooh.
They get the young quarterback going, and that defense continues to live up to expectations. They can make a real strong push in the West.
They've got the D. You're right. They just need the O. Got him in. It's Brown. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Houston after this timeout. On 1st and 10, Newton. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop. Okay, I have to take a second here and talk about Greg Olsen, the tight end for the Carolina Panthers. 3rd straight year over 1,000 yards in receptions. And guess what? That's the first time that's ever happened in NFL history. 3 straight years by a tight end.
That's really something. Now 31 years of age. They're going to need him next year to turn it around because a very disappointing season.
Not the season anyone expected, least of all the Carolina Panthers, but he's a building block that they can go ahead and get back to form starting in 2017. We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
They come out here in the eye. Again, Newton. And his throw is incomplete. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there. And that'll bring up second down. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Trying to punch it in, Stewart. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
That was an example of excellent defense there. They stumped him. So now he brings up a 3rd down situation. If I'm calling plays here, I make sure I put it in the hands of my quarterback and get it to a receiver real fast. I'm not running the ball here.
Newton takes it himself. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. Here we go on 4th. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Greg Olsen there to make the grab. And the Panthers have got it back to a 1-score game.
Yeah, you heard it, right?
Exhale.
You heard the exhale, and I'm taking that from their bench because finally, right before the half, they find a way to get the ball in the end zone and get some points on the board. Maybe they can use that to kickstart them for the second half.
Yeah, just to get something before going into the lockers. And now in the second half, if they can just tighten.
It's what they want to do. Tighten down everything they're doing, and then maybe explode at the right time.
And now out comes Houston. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They'll throw on 1st down with Osweiler. Caught left side, Hopkins.
Brandon, if I told you in preseason that DeAndre Hopkins would have less than 1,000 receiving yards, would you have looked at me funny?
I would have. He's coming off a 1,500-yard season, and he's gotten better each and every year through the first 3.
And they have weapons around him now. Will Fuller can stretch the field. Braxton Miller, when they get him back healthy, he can fly as well. They got Lamar Miller as a running back in free agency. They've got people who can stretch things open and get the ball to DeAndre Hopkins in open field, but he had a connection that wasn't very good with his quarterbacks this season.
And by the way, Charles, touchdown production dropped big time too. 11 last season, 4 this year. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here's Osweiler. He's going to air one out. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And incomplete on the deep ball. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Fozzie Whitaker now on the return. And not a bad return here. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Here's Newton. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. From the gun on third down, Newton. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and it's fourth down.
But they're certainly being aggressive here. It's like being a sprinter in a 100-meter dash, exploding out of the blocks, trying to push the ball downfield. Guaranteed this defense better be on their toes. They're going to be tested all game.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on fourth down. They will go for it. Now Newton. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Now Wildcat formation here. They'll let their receiver run it out of the Wildcat. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They'll try the right side here with Miller. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. That second down run a big help. The 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
Play action. Now Osweiler. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Charles Johnson in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And now because of the sack, it's 3rd and goal from the 14. Now it's Osweiler. And oh, look at that. A diving diving catch. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end. And they'll run for it with Miller. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller taking it in. And the Texans will extend their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does.
And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a 4th quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go-around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
Yeah, I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well. 10 yards still left on 2nd down.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Now it's Newton. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They are going to go for it. It's Newton. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the